Task 911, where's your emergency? I'm Jeremy Hansen, local 639 dispatchers. Been a dispatcher for 12 years. I've been in the first responder world for over 20 years. I already knew kind of what was involved, but I knew I could still help people, just not out freezing my butt off in the cold and being able to help more people. When I worked as an EMT, the paramedics always said the best EMT, just like a duck swimming. Calm and cool on the water and the little feet paddling. You're calm, cool, take care of the customer, and then afterwards you can break down and freak out and everything else. We're only verbal. We don't see these people where we have to take control of the call and be able to help them help themselves. We are the first people they contact. We can actually determine how that call is going to be. I know the type of call Sue has based on her voice and what she's saying, and that's how close this group has worked. Burnout rate for dispatchers 6 years. We have the majority of our group are here past 6 years. So that's a testament to us. When it comes to a big call, everyone works so well together. So we have 7 radio channels that all could talk at the exact same time, but that's based on priorities. There's also emergency buttons on radios that if they hit that emergency button, it's automatic top priority. Typically when we get a house fire, we're paging out the fire departments, we're getting an ambulance standby. We're sending law enforcement, and then once everybody goes en route, then we can contact the power company to shut the power off. So then the fire department can fight the fire without the power being on. If someone dials 911, it'll plot on this. If they're in the woods, we'll be able to plot them on this, and we can walk them out to the nearest road or get our responders back to them a lot easier.
Here on my rapid deploy, you can see where the phone number is coming in. It gives me different lat and longs by minutes and seconds. It gives me the lat long, and then it gives me the what 3 words.
It's called what 3 words. Every section of the earth has 3 words associated with it every 10 feet. It's random words. And you give us those random words, and we can actually pinpoint your location to within 10 feet of where you are.
Say they're out, we have a snowmobile accident on a snowmobile trail. They don't know exactly where they're at. You can type in the what 3 words, and it will bring him directly to that area.
You're helping people. You know, it's a passion job. It's not very rewarding. You're gonna lose more than you save, but it's those saves that really mean the world to you. You gotta be thankful the saves you make. It takes the right person to do this job. As a trainee comes in, they have for 3 weeks that they actually sit with their trainer. They have a headset and they listen. How are we handling the call? How are we dialogue, the questions, all that. Then after that, they transition to they're answering non-emergent calls and they're handling those. And then they transition into the 911 calls and learning and then talking, hey, what did you think, or how are you doing? The emotional toll on the dispatchers is you're taking a big call. You're going from a major car accident on a major highway, and you get inundated with 911 calls, and you're dropping them and just trying to go through them as fast as you can, trying to get responders going, trying to help the people. So you get everybody going, that call is kind of handled, and then your next call is a dog in the yard, or somebody found a dog. And it's like, really, it's not that important after I just was working on a life and death situation. So it's working on life and death and then going to a dog and then going right back to a missing kid or a CPR in progress, or you're up and down constantly for 12 hours. Your dispatcher partner gets up and then the phones start ringing. It's just crazy. You will have PTSD from this job. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You will have it. It's just how do we minimize that a little bit as best we can. As it makes you noise sensitive, makes you watch for hazards, I guess. You don't want to go talk to anybody. You don't want to go to restaurants. You don't want to go big crowd areas. You sit in a restaurant and you're hearing all the conversations outside and you can't even focus on the one right in front of you. I couldn't teach my kids to drive a vehicle because of that controlling factor. There's calls that still affect me like it was yesterday. Yeah, you develop your coping mechanisms in this industry. There's a lot of people that turn to chemicals, drugs or alcohol, or failed marriages, or family members. There is more push for the mental health now for dispatchers and law enforcement than there used to be, but it's not there yet. One of our dispatchers went out after 23 years with PTSD, and he's still affected. He can't even step foot in here. Family doesn't understand the 24/7 aspect. So they're mad when you don't show up for holidays. Sorry, I'm working 6 to 6, days and nights, Monday, Tuesday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the next week, Wednesday, Thursday. Working night shift to day shift, that flip takes a toll on you as well. So your health takes a hit. You know, you don't eat properly because you eat fast. You're just grabbing fast food or whatever, so you're not eating properly. You're not getting the best nutrition. And there's very little breaks. You eat at your desk. Most of the time you eat cold food. There's some magic out there that the minute you take a bite of hot food, the phones just start going off. And then you have a caffeine addiction, so. You know, with contracts and, you know, pay, health benefits, you know, anything that can be negotiated. You know, there's legislative factors for retirement that the union's involved in, PTSD legislation out there. So there's various areas that we're negotiating and trying to get better. Having a union actually helps with that. If we didn't have a union, we wouldn't have that help. You know, you got a big family, a lot of help, a lot of resources, and it's all a collective voice. It's not just one person in the dark, it's everyone together.